Lucky girl syndrome is real and it's something that I've always believed in. It's been a mantra for me of sorts. Years ago, I had friends ask me if you could give me any saying or attitude or belief on life that defines you, what would it be? And I didn't want to tell them because it sounded so up in the air and delusional. This was before delusional was a thing, but I answered that my mantra in life is I get whatever I want. I came to this conclusion before it was defined as being delusional and something we hear about now. This is how I came to the conclusion. I thought about all the things I had ever wanted in my life. When I was a young Mormon woman, I met my husband and we got married very young. I only knew him for 6 months on our honeymoon. We started having kids pretty quickly after we got married, per Mormon doctrine. So by the time I was in my 30s, we had 4 kids. I was married for 22 years. Even though my 22-year marriage eventually ended on good terms, and it was devastating to go through a divorce. And after leaving Mormonism, I looked back at a lot of the choices that I had made in having 4 kids, which I don't regret any of my kids, but just to have kids so early and so young, that was hard. I would have maybe timed that differently. But I was following the tenets of my faith, and I made big decisions within the structure of that faith. So looking back now, hindsight is 2020, and I would have done things differently knowing what I know now. But at the time when I was in my 20s, and even before then, as a young girl, what I wanted most of all was to get married to somebody, a good person, and have kids and raise them in the faith. At the time, that is what I wanted, and I got it. As we left that faith structure and I started to grow and evolve, I realized that I wanted different things as far as my relationship went. And even though I had to go through a really hard divorce to get that, I finally got it. So I started to realize that I've always gotten whatever I wanted. And when it no longer was something I wanted anymore, I got that too. That doesn't mean it doesn't come with hardship and sacrifice to get what you want. It often does. You have to burn down the old to get the new. But the universe has a way of always bringing you what you actually want and creating the circumstances necessary for you to get it. You just have to sit back and know with confidence that you're going to always get what you want. Hard things are going to happen. I lost my little sister from a drug overdose. Did I want that to happen? No, I didn't. It's hard to even find silver lining with something as horrible as that. Life is always going to throw you curveballs. I don't always have a meaning or explanation for why that happens. But when it comes to creating a life of my own choosing, I have always gotten what I wanted.